Hi, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through it for Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. It is the Sun's Day, and hopefully, you are getting a day of rest. Now, I want to talk about the aspects, but I want to talk about, more or less kind of how this day feels. And I think in its entirety, this day doesn't feel as good or as settled as we would want it to be. I think that we have an aspect that is pretty much trying to perfect itself during the morning and hitting in the afternoon that will have us feeling pretty e- even potentially like pretty angry. And that is the moon in Capricorn opposite Mars in Cancer. And Mars is out of bounds. This is at 19 degrees. So if you have any planets at 19 degrees, this aspect could be upsetting your chart in some sort of way, especially for the cardinals. Um, and for the water signs, this may kind of bring an interesting sense of flow and activity in a cranky sort of way. But, anyways, I digress. I just feel that the moon in Capricorn can potentially take things so very seriously, right? And Mars in Cancer is very angry about the things that it so deeply cares about, including home and family. Um, there's a protective nature to both, certainly. These are the archetypes of family, of mother and father, of gender. There's something here about a more masculine principle coming up against a more feminine principle, and the sort of deep psychic sort of rage that can manifest as such with that opposition. Now, in early afternoon, 12:31 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we also have the Sun in Aries sextile the Pluto in Aquarius. And so this is a kind of like a power up moment when the Sun reaches Pluto. There is an intensity to that is lent to the Sun's kind of purpose and passions, right? This is wanting to pioneer off in order to be of service to the greater good. Um, I think that there is a sort of uh, mm, I don't want to say rage, but it could be rage that could be activated here with the sextile, though the sextile is such a friendly aspect usually. With it has the energy of like Venus, so there is like a joining, a conjoining kind of thing. There, the the aspect just feels very intense, and with that opposition of the moon and Mars forming throughout the day, I think this is a really kind of intense day, honestly. And we also have the moon in Capricorn will square Chiron in Aries, and so these are the kinds of wounds coming up to be dealt with that really don't feel good, right? This feels like hurt, like harm. Um, we also have later in the evening, the moon in Capricorn will sextile Saturn in Pisces. So it will sextile its ruler. And I think that there's a little bit of a sadness that can kind of come along, especially with the Capricorn and Pisces archetypes. This is a bit of cold and kind of somber kind of feeling. Um, I just feel like there's emotional reality that we're now grappling with after we've dealt with all of that kind of anger and frustration coming up. And we have awareness about that now there's this like working sextile that's like, this is the reality of it, and this is how we move forward. In the evening at 10:17 p.m., we do have that moon trine Uranus in Taurus. And so there is an intuitive hit, a insight, a flowing surprise that kind of can come to us um, in order for us to be emotionally aware of the ways we want to go through forward, right? This can be new ideas around ways that we can feel more secure and more stable. This could also be something financial as well, with Saturn and Venus being the rulers of this particular aspect in a trine, which is a Jupiterian kind of aspect. But there is something pleasantly surprising here for us to bring in as a new idea to kind of set our new reality or sense of security, right? Um, to create new awareness around those sorts of boundaries that we want to create that feel good to us. So I like the trine at the end of the day. That very, very much in the evening. But I think until we get into the evening, which, in the 8 p.m. on, I think that this day can feel pretty intense. So, with that, take care of yourself for Sunday, for the Sun's Day. And thanks for letting me talk you through it. Talk to you soon.
Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro Weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com. That is D as in dog, astrology.com to check me out and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcasts, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.